Hiya, title of the book Farmyard Beat. Authors Lindsay Craig and Mark Brown. Beep, beep, beep. Chicks can't sleep. Chicks can't sleep. Chicks can't sleep because they got that beat. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. All that peeping wakes up sheep. Sheep can't sleep. Sheep can't sleep. Sheep can't sleep because they got that beat. Tat, tat, tat-titty tat tat, 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 tat-titty tat tat. All that racket wakes up cat. Cat can't sleep. Cat can't sleep. Cat can't sleep because she's got that beat. Brrr, meow, brrr, meow. All that racket wakes up cow. Cows can't sleep. Cows can't sleep. Cows can't sleep because they got that beat. Swish, clank, swish, swish, clank, swish, clank, swish, swish, clank. All that racket wakes old Hank. Hank can't sleep. Hank can't sleep. Hank can't sleep because he's got that beat. Woof, how woo, woof, how woo. All that racket wakes up. Shh, shh, look who's coming. Who? Who? Lantern swinging. Who? Farmer Sue. Sue can't sleep. Sue can't sleep. Sue can't sleep because she's heard that beat. Sue looks here. Sue looks there. No one here or anywhere. With a yawn, she thinks she'll go to sleep. When beep, 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 beep. Chicks can't help it. They got that beat. Then tat, tat, tat-titty tat tat. Brrr, meow. Swish, clank, swish, swish, clank. Woof, how who, jig, jig, a jiggity jig. Everyone is dancing to that beat till they fall in a heap asleep. Cock-a-doodle-doo, I've got that beat. The end. Hope you enjoyed the story. See you in another book. Bye-bye.